Okay, we have our winning team here this afternoon / evening. And let's open it up for questions, or actually for an opening statement from the head coach, Katie Crowley.
That was one heck of a hockey game. I'm so proud of our players. That team, that Clarkson team's an unbelievable team. They played us really tough, and I don't think we've been down by 2 goals too many times this season. So I was extremely happy with the way our team reacted and the way we stayed positive. And it was a sense of calm, I think, on the bench, to be honest with you, where the players were extremely excited and really kicked it into gear, I'd say halfway through that second period, and were able to pull out a win. But it was an unbelievable game.
All right, thank you, Coach. We'll open it up for questions for the coach and the players. If you please wait till the cordless mic gets to you to start your question, please state your name and your affiliation.
Louis Sanchez, MyW Sports. Katie, this one's Katie Burt. This one's for you. Power play down 2-1. Looked like they could have gone on top. You were sprawled out in the crease. Dana dove for a puck. Can you just talk how big that play was?
That play was huge. I was completely out of the play. I was on my back, and all of a sudden, this stick just comes out of nowhere, and it's Dana to the rescue out there on the goal line. So I was actually kind of like jumping. I had really no other choice, and she got that on the goal line. So that was huge for us. And then, blocking shots was another big thing for us. I think Scoob had one at the final one on Carp's penalty. So that was huge.
Over here on the left, Steve Sellner, NCAA.com. This question's for Haley. Haley, can you just take us through that third period? You have your perfect season, your senior season all on the line there. And it really seemed like you guys were finding your footing, kind of having a little bit of sense of desperation, maybe a little bit, especially the latter part of that third period. Can you just take us through that?
Yeah, I think, we just realized that we needed to revert to what we've been doing all season, and we're a team that really trusts each other, and we know we can rely on each other, so we kind of just took a deep breath. We're like, yeah, we're in a desperate situation, but, we've been doing this all season, we can trust each other all over the ice, and I think that's how we got it done.
Coach Crowley, Tim Rapley from New England Hockey Journal. Didn't look like you were getting many bounces, not much puck luck out there. What was the message in the second period? How did you keep it positive?
We just kept talking about, sticking to our fundamentals, back to how we play Boston College hockey. And, there were, in that first period especially, there were a lot of bounces that went away from us. And a lot of times this year they've gone to us. And I thought the players really were able to, kind of push through that mentally and not let it affect them. Where I think maybe years past we let it affect us and said, oh, that's not going to go our way. It's not going our way today. But they really, the players really fought through that. Our leaders were on the bench, talking to each other, talking to the team, trying to keep everybody positive. We've had a very successful year scoring goals. So, to be down 2, they knew they could do it. They knew they could score 3. So I think that was a lot of the message, was to just keep playing Boston College hockey, and we'll find a way to put one in.
Steve Sellner, NCAA.com. Coach Crowley, if you can just talk about Kalia's goal to tie the game. It kind of seemed, for a team that's, had such great success this year, for a goal like that, where it's kind of like a fluky goal or something like that, to kind of save your season. Can you just speak to that, and what was the reaction for you on the bench, et cetera?
Yeah, I thought the play, I think Megan Keller ended up going into the corner and threw a puck out in front of the net and just landed on Kalia's stick. And we've talked a lot this year about putting pucks on net quickly without stick handling, without waiting too long and letting the goalie set up. And Kalia just put that one in the right spot. It wasn't the hardest shot. It wasn't the most dynamic shot you've ever seen, but she let it go right away and put it in that corner. And I think everybody jumped almost as high as the boards after that goal. It was pretty exciting, and you know, then after that, I think we knew we had a, you know, obviously you know you have a chance now. You know, it's a tie game, and we've played many small games this year where it was next goal wins, and so that's what we told them after the third period. It was next goal wins. Let's go.
Nicole Hazy, USCHO. Coach, earlier in the season, you talked about how important it was that your team had sort of been here before. How do you think that sort of experience really helped you, and also that idea of they know what it means to lose in the semifinals and not wanting to do that again?
The best way to explain it, I think Courtney said it before the game today. She said, "We're going to win because they're not going to lose," and it was true. I mean, these players put everything they had into that, and they weren't going to let that happen today. And that's hard to explain. There's no other way I can explain it, but it was such a great way to put it because they weren't going to lose. And that's what it felt like the whole game. They weren't going to lose. They weren't going to let this one slip through their fingers. And I thought, you know, our leaders and our 6 seniors were unbelievable in that, in keeping everybody going. You know, especially they scored a goal 2 minutes in. You know, and I thought everyone did a good job, especially our seniors, keeping our players' heads, you know, focused on the goal.
Barb Matson, Boston Globe. It's for the players. The first period, did the big sheet make any difference? And if so, how did you adjust to it? How do you think as your game picked up?
Yeah, I mean, it's an enormous sheet of ice. So we practiced on it yesterday, so we kind of realized, yeah, we've played here before a few times this year, so it wasn't like, you know, a huge shock. But I would say, yeah, the first couple shifts took some, like, you know, getting used to. But I think we ended up, you know, pulling it together throughout the game. And by the third period, I think we really figured out how to, you know, work the big sheet because we're a fast team, so we knew we could use that to our advantage.
Adding to that, you know, I think it's tough as a goalie to play on this when, you know, you come from Boston College where, you know, our dots are kind of right on the boards, and here, you know, you have 10 extra feet. So it's tough to get on angle sometimes. And the first few shots was a little bit of an adjustment, but, you know, you kind of get into it after that.
Yeah, Cap Carey, Watertown Daily Times. For either coach or Haley, I was just going to see what you thought of Clarkson's defensive effort tonight and how tough it was, especially all the shots they were blocking to generate the kind of offense you usually do.
Yeah, Clarkson has, you know, one of the strongest defense in the country, so we knew that going into it, and we knew that they were going to block a lot of shots, and they did. So it was just kind of working through that throughout the game and just trying to find a way to get pucks through, and once they get on net, to find those rebounds.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly, we talked about it, especially after the first. You know, they were going down to block shots as much as they could, and we tried to talk about, you know, a fake shot and then pulling it by them as they go down to block the shot. And I think, you know, they were able to, you know, keep us to I think they outshot us in that game. So they certainly got more shots on net than we did. But I thought the kids stuck with it. You know, it's hard when a team's blocking shots and you know that's, you know, getting energy for the other team. But the players stuck with it.
This is for Haley. Can you take us through the overtime winner and the effort Alex, your line mate, made wresting that puck, a 50-50 puck, and then delivering the pass to you?
Yeah, well, it started with Kenzie Kent taking it into the zone and making a great play to fight the defense off and escape out to give it to Alex. And then I saw her, you know, skating wide and looking, but I was just kind of in the right place at the right time. She couldn't have put it more in a perfect place for me to just hammer it home. And so I just slid it in there. But I would definitely say, yeah, great play by both Kenzie and Alex to just, you know, put it in the right spot.
Can you describe your emotions after it?
When I saw it, and it was just like a huge, you know, feeling of relief, and we did it, so it was really exciting, and, you know, it was yeah, a really good moment for all of us.
Kyle Westcott, MyW Sports. Burt, you know, 2 minutes left. Carpenter gets the penalty. What are you thinking going into that last 2 minutes?
They can't score, or we lose. You know, The first thing that goes through my head, to be honest, was my body language. You know, I can't like sulk, you know, because one of our best penalty killers just got a penalty. You know, the team's looking at me to, you know, provide a big stop, and I think, you know, I did that, and the forwards came up with some big blocks on that last penalty kill, so that was huge for us.
Shannon Kelly for the Heights. Katie, this is for you. You had 16 shots in the third period alone, and you've had 12 games where you've had 16 shots or fewer on you. Do you think that this was your strongest performance of the season?
Ooh, I don't know. I mean, I thought I played pretty well. You know, I kept our team in it for some times. But, I mean, I played pretty well against Harvard too, but I try not to think about that. You know, you just want to get the win. You know, and we pulled the win out in overtime, so, you know, that's really all that matters.
Any last questions for the coach and players from Boston College? No? Great. Thank you very much, Coach Crowley.
Thank you.
Katie
Thank
and
you.
Haley, thank you very much.